Welcome back. An uneasy calm prevails in Gujarat's Vadodara after two groups clashed with each other.
40 people were arrested after a communal clash broke out at a vegetable market in Savli town in Vadodara. The clash broke out after a group tied their religious flag on an electric pole, which is near a temple. The other community objected to it and then started stone pelting. An FIR has now been filed in the case and accused from both sides have been arrested.
एक पक्ष में 25 आदमी थे, दूसरे पक्ष में 15, सभी को अरेस्ट कर लिया है पुलिस ने.
Cops are patrolling the area regularly and the situation is under control.
And another town from Gujarat, Porbandar, also saw violent clashes after locals opposed an encroachment drive.
A demolition drive undertaken by the Gujarat government in Porbandar turned violent as a crowd gathered around police personnel at the site. As the authorities came in to remove encroachments, the locals came face to face with the police personnel in protest against the demolition drive. As the situation started to get ugly, police fired tear gas shells. This crackdown on illegal constructions is going on in the cities of Dwarka, Porbandar and Gir Somnath and had started yesterday.
In a big push towards women's empowerment, the Indian Air Force today confirmed that the Defence Wing will be inducting female Agniveers from next year. IAF Chief V.R. Chaudhary today announced 10% reservation for women under the Agniveers scheme as part of the Indian Air Force.
Induction of female Agniveers is also planned next year. I feel it is an opportune time for us to transform this service into a modern, future-ready and technologically superior aerospace power by the time we celebrate our centenary 10 years from now. I'm sure all air warriors will put their best foot forward in that direction.
After an encounter between police and kidnappers, a missing child was recovered in the Greater Noida area of Uttar Pradesh. The DCP of Greater Noida, Abhishek Verma, has said that the accused started firing at the police and one miscreant was killed in the counter-firing. An investigation is underway to catch the other accused.
2 अक्टूबर को जो थाना इकोटेक क्षेत्र में एक अपहरण का मुकदमा दर्ज हुआ था, ये बदमाश शिवम पाल बाइक से आते हुए पुलिस पार्टी पर फायरिंग किया है. पुलिस पार्टी पर फायरिंग करने के उपरांत पुलिस ने जवाबी कार्रवाई करी है, जिसमें बदमाश शिवम को 2 गोली लगी थी, जिसमें उपचार हेतु उसको अस्पताल रवाना किया गया था, जहां डॉक्टरों ने उसको उपचार के बाद मृत घोषित किया. पुलिस अभी जो एक दूसरा बदमाश फरार है उसके ऊपर भी काम कर रही है और जल्द उसको भी गिरफ्तार किया जाएगा.
3 kids lost their life in Etawah after a mountain of mud caved in.
In a tragic incident from Uttar Pradesh's Etawah, 3 children died after being buried under a debris of a mound that collapsed when the children were digging soil from it. 3 of the children died on the spot, while 1 child was admitted to the community health center and is in critical condition.
हटाने के उपरांत एक दुखद स्थिति उत्पन्न हुई, जिसमें 3 बच्चों प्रशांत, सोनाक्षी और जानवी इनकी मृत्यु हो गई और एक बच्ची अनुष्का है जो प्राथमिक उपचार के पश्चात उसे डिस्चार्ज कर दिया गया.
Senior police officials from the area are on the ground and monitoring the situation. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has instructed officials to provide relief to the victims' families as well.
In a big move by the centre today, the Home Minister announced reservation to the Pahadi community. This is in Jammu and Kashmir. They are now being given ST status.
Home Minister Amit Shah is on a 3-day visit to Jammu and Kashmir. His first stop was Sri Mata Vaishno Devi Shrine in Jammu, where the leader offered prayers. Later in the day, while addressing a packed gathering at Rajouri, the Home Minister promised a reservation to Pahari, Gujar and Bakarwal communities.
गुर्जर, बकरवाल और पहाड़ी भाइयों को आरक्षण का लाभ मिलेगा.
The Home Minister also lauded abrogation of Article 370 and gave a stern message to all the political parties who have questioned the move.
आज की ये रैली उन लोगों को जवाब है जो कहते थे धारा 370 जाएगी तो खून की नदियां बह जाएगी.
Shah will be holding a security review meeting tomorrow in Srinagar and will then address a rally in Baramulla.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi is all set to visit Himachal Pradesh tomorrow and will inaugurate the All India Institute of Medical Sciences in Bilaspur. Remember, the foundation stone for AIIMS Bilaspur was laid by the Prime Minister in October of 2017. After dedicating the hospital to citizens of Himachal tomorrow, Prime Minister will also address a rally at the Lunu ground in Bilaspur and will also participate in the Dussehra celebrations in Kul. The upcoming movie Adipurush is garnering controversy after its teaser was released a few days ago. Madhya Pradesh Home Minister Narottam Mishra has slammed the illustration of Hanumanji, saying that his clothing is depicted incorrectly. He's also warned the movie's director of legal action if objectionable scenes are not removed from the teaser. Netizens also seem to have a problem with Saif Ali Khan's portrayal of Ravan because he was seen wearing a beard, asking whether he's Ravan or Khilji. So let's bring you up to speed with what these objections are to Adipurush and the portrayal of the Ravan character. The depiction of Hanuman, we're given to understand, is not right. That's the objection of some of the people on social media. Hanuman is shown wearing leather clothes, which many people have found distasteful and offensive. Ramayana and history are being misrepresented, is the contention being made by some folks. The outfits and the appearance of Hindu deities has been shown incorrectly. In specific, Ravan's character looks more like Babur or Aurangzeb or Genghis Khan. There is no tilak or tripund, and that is something that people have taken offense to. Meanwhile, the CBI conducted searches at over 100 locations against cyber criminals involved in financial crimes. The searches were carried out in association with police forces of various states. The search operations were launched under Operation Chakra to combat cybercrime networks that are based on inputs provided by the Interpol, FBI, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police and the Australian Federal Agency. Now, the CBI and state police have conducted these raids at over 105 locations. In fact, 87 raids out of this has been carried out by the CBI and about a dozen or so, 18 or so, by the state police forces. These raids were to target financial cybercrime rackets that are rampant in many of these states. 1.5 crores in cash and 1.5 kilograms of gold has been seized in Rajsamand district. Digital evidence of dark web operations have also been seized, and the evidence of illegal crypto and cyber fraud has also been busted. 2 call centers were busted in Ahmedabad and in Pune respectively. There were inputs from the Interpol, the FBI, the Canadian and Australian police services as well. In a big boost for Ukraine, Russian forces have retreated from Lyman, which is a strategic city for its operations in the east, but the city is in complete ruin with dead bodies all over town.
Days after liberation, the streets of Lyman in Donetsk resemble a graveyard with the bodies of Russian and Ukrainian soldiers scattered across the town and buildings in ruins. The liberation of the strategically important eastern city was announced by President Zelensky last week after Russia's military announced its retreat. While the liberation has brought solace to the citizens still living in the city with no explosions for several days, many are still without water, electricity or gas and are resorting to cooking on bonfires. Meanwhile, the Ukrainian military have begun attempts to clear the streets, collecting the bodies of their comrades.
Russia's new age missile systems, they are lighter and easier to transport as compared to traditional missile systems. In fact, these can target fighter planes which are flying even at low altitudes. They can also track radar-dodging aircraft. In fact, Russia claims that about 1/3 of Ukrainian jets have been shot down using these new missile systems. Using these systems also, Ukraine is using a similar technology. In fact, many Russian jets have been destroyed by Ukraine through these manpads. As many as 10 people are feared dead after an avalanche hit Mount Draupadi Kardanda, the number 2 peak there in Uttarakhand, trapping over 30 mountaineers from the Nehru Institute of Mountaineering in Uttarkashi today. Rapid relief operations by State Disaster Relief Force, as well as the NDRF and Indian Air Force, are presently underway to rescue those who are trapped. The Border Security Force has seized a Pakistani fishing vessel that was attempting to infiltrate into Indian territory in Kutch in Gujarat. Nothing suspicious has been recovered from the boat just yet. The Uttar Pradesh police have arrested a man for impersonating a police officer and extorting money from locals in Firozabad. According to the police, the man was arrested while he was trying to take money out of a driver of a private vehicle. A fake police ID and an Aadhaar card were also recovered from the accused. A 23-year-old techie from Chennai committed suicide after being scammed by a loan app firm. The techie was threatened and harassed after he could not repay the required amount. The company also threatened to release his morphed pictures. The Tamil Nadu police has warned the public against falling prey to such scams. The stage is set for another political showdown between the two Shiv Sena camps led by Uddhav Thackeray and Eknath Shinde. The two leaders will be holding separate Dussehra rallies tomorrow in what is being seen as a show of strength. Chief Minister Eknath Shinde will be holding the rally at the BKC ground, while Uddhav Thackeray will be holding his rally at Shivaji Park. Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke with Ukraine's President Vladimir Zelensky on phone today and raised concerns over the safety of nuclear installations in Eastern Europe. The two leaders spoke nearly 2 weeks after Russian President Vladimir Putin announced that Russia would be annexing 4 new regions from Ukraine and also threatened to use nuclear weapons if it came down to Russia's survival. Ukraine's deadly alligator rifle, it is considered to be the world's biggest and most dangerous rifle. It can cover a range of up to 6 kilometers. It strikes within nearly 12 tons of energy, more than 6 feet long. These guns have the ability to penetrate bulletproof armor. They can also destroy light tanks in a few seconds. California is all set to face another dry year after consecutive droughts in the last couple of years. This year, the state received the least amount of rainfall that it witnessed in a century. Scientists have blamed global warming for the drought. Californians lowered their water usage by more than 10% in the month of August, but statewide water savings are still down to just 4%. And that's a wrap of Brass Tacks. A very happy Dussehra to all our viewers. Maria Shakil joining you with News Episode.